the full dive, ignore the high loss. But if Dewa get the hold on the early game, man, this is a scary game to play for Fnatic Onic.
If they do snowball, then the Harith, I guess, can still chunk down the high loss enough. But again, if the high loss gets any kind of momentum, any kind of ball rolling, then Dewa can really just face tank the bulk of the damage coming in from Fnatic Onic.
Questionable decision by Coach Yeb. How to own the early game. If they fail, they have to really pick and choose the targets in the late game. But can they do it? Can they close it out in this game number 2? It is Dewa United versus Fnatic Onic.
Will Gila Sans be able to utilize the hero that once made the entire world shake? You see it, and you get scared of it. The Kadira for Sans, that is the Sans signature pick.
Immediately the question becomes, who are his targets, right? Ray definitely is one of them, with being a bit more vulnerable. There is the Shadow Kill, but the well-timed Petrify can kind of make short work of him. But with 3 Purifiers on the side of Dewa, the only real person that can be targeted
is Ray.
I guess is Ray, and unless he wants to go for Mueza. Oh, 2 Purifies, but Sorizo has the Revitalize. That in itself is an issue.
Okay, a Little Wonder secured by Albert. A good sign in early game, but again, the question still remains in disguise for the Porcupines. Take a look at the emblem by IndieHome by Telkom Celerashi.
Weapon mastery for Watt there, so he wants to absolutely scale towards that late game. Inspire and tenacity for CW for brawling, for going all in. And with the pull stuff together for Sans, he needs all the Petrifies he can get to really find Ray. Whenever that battle spell is off cooldown, you can expect Ray to just go all in. Try and use that cooldown as a window of opportunity.
Remember, Sans with the Kadira over and over again, even in the playoffs, I believe against EVO's Glory.
Yeah.
The draft is not favorable for the Kadira, but somehow he can still perform out of all the CCs, from all the Purifies, and make it work for Fnatic Onic.
And by the way, that's exactly why the Valentina is of such high prio when you're up against an assassin, especially the Nolan.
Yep.
Displace yourself out of the fracture, easy peasy.
Not to mention, you can steal a good ultimate, you have good outplay potential as well, and that extra early game wave here is always very, very nice. And look at this, they will once again have control over the turtle pit, but they're not pulling the trigger just yet. They're waiting for a chance to get some level 4s maybe. If Mueza can get the implosion, that can be a massive moment. But with the IMU, the Primal Wrath is secured, so more DPS coming through for Dewa.
Yeah.
Mueza is super far from level 4. So they gotta take the mid lane minions here. The rest once again doing its job, just taking the turtle for themselves. Mueza though.
Okay, we'll see what the retribution used up as well. That's gonna be a lot of damage placed down. A lot of resources already with the Shadow Kill just used up. Sans so has a passive. We'll be able to gain back a little bit more HP. Cage with a soul primal right now onto Rez. Doesn't have the flicker though. Rez gets back to robot form. P-Boy doesn't have the flicker. And will be horsed down by the horse himself. Albert on the turtle. Retry battle, retribution, not able to win out against the Young Lord, but he is able to get the quad shadow and the fracture dodged away from. Kill for Turtle, time and time again.
Once again, Fnatic Onic getting the neutral objective, but somehow gets punished for it. This time though, Dewa United, I feel like they came out on top with 300 gold lead in 3 minutes.
Once again, it is a respectable attempt from Fnatic Onic though. The fact that they realized that Mueza wasn't really level 4 just yet, immediately sending Keyboy off to chase him down, get the fight started, get a bit of an advantage. They were able to get the turtle, but they lost a couple of members at the same time. Keyboy though,
Case does have the Purify, decides to wait on it for the Petrify. Well played to Case.
yeah, displaying the understanding of the crowd control, right? Fnatic Onic tried to layer it, tried to bait out some of the spells, maybe making Case panic. Now without a Purify though, he's gonna be playing a lot safer. That's exactly why Mueza is on standby, man. Bodyguard duty, this Tigreal.
Yeah, and Sans can pretty much bait a lot of spells coming in from Keys though. Like he has to pull yourself together. So in terms of like the trade of Petrify and also Purify, he wants to take that trade every time, any day of the week.
I think it's a great possibility. Looking at the EXP lane though, I think you can see that Hylas has a lot of pressure right here. And this is even before the Thunderbolt is even in the picture. So Rizzo is going for components here for the Clock of Destiny, potentially later on if he wants to go for that route. Most likely, though, it's going to be going straight for tankiness after this, just for the team fight. But look at this, B-Boy.
With the Dragon Fracture, rough waves.
My, oh my.
Ray trying to go for it. Good. Stun over the Shadow Kill. Not going to be enough to take him down. Ray goes back to the Quad Shadow Case, stealing it with the Primal Ram Force to use it. Rizzo in the midst of it all. Pops in the glorious pathway, but will be chain CC for a bit.
Oh!
Watt walking over, has the order. Watts getting the kill. Now Watt to Sanzi goes.
Oh!
Look at Petrify. With the... Oh, shit! He knocks up.
But Watt gets the brilliance in time there while United win out in the fight and they take the lead back. Played the kiting game perfectly. Dewa United, they knew the resources are gone after they all in towards Moeza 2 times right now. Fnatic Onyx, their gameplay is all in towards the front line. Meanwhile though,
Purify out, Cage trying to run away. Ray in the midst of it all. That's an implosion. Ray with a Quad Shadow CW. Walking forward again, Rizzo trying to save Ray, who is running away. Keyboy throws up that question mark emote. That's an Earth Shatter. Throwing the horse up, Rizzo walking back up now onto the turtle. No Hayabusa to play with. It should be free for Albert, and he picks it up.
Dewa almost overstayed right there. Unfortunate for them, Fnatic Onyx will get that turret, but on the top side, Watt definitely is being active, getting the first turret of the game. And for the most part, Dewa are doing a great job right here. You caught it, Mirko. Not a lot of targets available. And I said, unless they want to go for Moeza, that's like the only guaranteed target they have. They can't deny the big implosion technically, but when you use all of your tools onto the roamer, that means Watt and Keys have a lot of plays available to them, as we see Radit Overkill joining us right here.
Our boy Radit Overkill. I wonder when he's going to notice.
he's not making any moves right
Look
now.
at his face. Seems like he's super delayed, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to our good friend Radit Overkill. Back to the game, Dewa United with a minimal lead to in this mid game. Right now, what's gonna be the option here? Moeza so far haven't seen any implosion, not even once, but Albert, this might be debut.
Stunned up the flicker and the implosion. Talk about overkill! Right as we see Radit, we see Dewa Overkill with a whole lot of resources. They lose a turret on top of that, but it's 2 kills. You know, it's Rez and Albert. That was a buy one, get one for Special Suns. Rough ways escaping. Keyboy getting some space for Suns to escape.
That looks flashy, but he cleared the wave right there.
Yeah.
So turret gone on the top side for Dewa. And on the bottom side, finally, Ray will be able to equalize. As we take a look at the difference here, the biggest difference is still for Ray. Look at Keyboy. Oof, dashes out of there. He has a Dreadnought armor, so he's more concerned about Ray's damage, more so than Keys and Watt. If they try and go for a pickup onto this Cho, he's getting deleted real quick.
Yeah, right now, Suns, at that time, you cleared the wave with the rough wave, so it is another problem, Rashi. With this kind of composition, you don't have the Moskovs. You don't have that mid laner that can pretty much clear the wave easily, dealing out TPS towards the minions. So Fnatic Onyx, another problem right now for them to solve in later part of the game. So Rizzo's gonna drag the turtle to Dewa United's favor.
Moises looking for a chance to try and make something happen here. He has a direct beeline, goes for the conceal.
Oh, that's going to be massive. CW has a Purify. He needs to find Albert. He knows it. He is only looking for Albert. That is the only man he can catch. Him and Sans probably. CW spots him out though. Good read from CW. Albert needs to be very careful. Onward down with this. Just to the horse though, so Rizzo gets a sun down, forcing out the primal wrap. Moeza jumps in forward, gets an implosion ray with a victory pile. That's a 3-man knockout! And Kaze gets the follow-up. A double kill. Assange is forced to just eat the dust. Kaze stomping on his head as he's unconscious.
Porcupines are absolutely demolished in this part of the game. 4 kills and now CW is forced to retreat. Just give up the second tier turret. Even the top lane, they're winning in all fronts. 5k from what it was 600 gold lead for Dewa United.
A catastrophic fight for Fnatic Onyx. Like you said, how are they going to deal with the horse? Soriza walked in there, expending Rez's crowd control, and from there, it's just history. Sans and CW tried their best to try and find an avenue to get to the prior targets, but with the implosion in the way, with the horse just unkillable, they're up against so many challenges. They've came back from a situation like this before, but can they do it again now? As they will pull forward, pull away in the gold lead, 5.5k gold.
Territory that Fnatic Onyx is not really familiar with, at least in the previous seasons. Season 14 is not looking very good. That's why Ray is in the lineup. And also Rizzo, look at that. He doesn't care. Like 2 bushes in front of him. He knows he can take it.
Oh, he knows. Even if there's 5 members on him, he knows he can take it. This is why the high loss. Oh, Mueza! Implosion at the 2 glorious pathway. Ray with a shadow kill. Keyboy taken out by the horse. Rez gets assassinated. The rough waves deals nothing. The fracture tickles Mueza.
The rough waves are not very rough, man. It's just...
Those are some calm waves.
Yeah. It's like just diving in a pond doesn't really drown them at all. And the targets are not really favorable for Sansa. At that time, it's hard for them to make a play out of this one.
Those are waves you usually see in a swimming pool, Roxy. You know when you swing your hand around? You splash your friend?
It wasn't a rough wave. It's more like a relaxing current. Man, Sans kind of limited to being a crowd control tool. Mueza stays in the front as well now. He has the Athena and the Dreadnought armor. So now, if he gets jumped on, if he does not immediately get bursted down, it's over. He will be the danger. He will be the one that engages instead. With the Lord available, wave in the bottom side is actually quite equal. But for Dewa, with so much of an advantage, with almost no way for them to really fall into a trap, all they have to do is send Sorizo in, and Fnatic on it will be forced to respect the pressure.
And he's going to be very happy to be the sacrificial lamb or sacrificial horse at this point. As long as Mueza makes a play, makes the implosion to certain targets, it's A-OK for Dewa United as they get the Lord without any contest whatsoever. Finally, Ray getting the Lord from Fnatic Onyx after absolutely dominated in game number 1.
It's a great situation for Dewa to be in, because even if they want to stall, if Fnatic Onyx wants to try and do the waiting game and let the Lord kind of assist them in the damage dealing, with a Lunox late game, with weapon mastery, by the way, if you remember from the emblems, Dewa can shred down that Lord very, very easily. Now Fnatic Onyx will be able to get this turret on the bottom side, but all things considered, they are up against a lot of problems right here. And it's the same thing, right? All they can really do is find a way to get around Sorizo and Mueza. But in order to do so, even in doing so, they're going to be forced to use a bunch of things for distractions, for mobility. It's almost impossible to rely on it. And now with the Lord available, in a base defense scenario, can they do it? It's almost guaranteed to be a front to back.
Keyboy and Sans though.
2 waves coming down, Ray. Does he read it out? Keyboy finding the way to Dragon, finding it, Ray. Gonna be caught, but the implosion saves him! Mueza! With the save, now the shadow kill. Deals with them in the back, they're all gonna be zoned away. Ray picks up Albert before he gets shut down. They were found 2, now Res very low, no primal rat CW, forced to use a Purify. Dewa United equalize here. They don't even care about Sans.
Looking pretty dangerous for Fnatic Onyx. The skies are invaded by the gods. The domain that they have been dominating over the past 2 years is in trouble. Dewa United is looking to take that place from them.
So difficult when you have a draft like that, man. Dewa had everything going for them. Even when they mess up, even when someone oversteps and gets punished for it, it doesn't even matter. The importance of the drafts once again highlighted here in Season 14. And Dewa, wow, they just equalize and make this back to a best of 1.
And look at that, a genius play by Keyboy and Sans, countered by the perfect peel from Mueza. No